Hello, my name is Morgan Herring, and I am a freshman at Norfolk State University. I'm also a freshman in Dr. Fairfax's Social Welfare and Policy class. Today, I will be talking about white privilege and social welfare. White privilege is when one feels entitled or superior to another race as in African Americans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, and Hispanics. White privilege is so pervasive and so insidious in today's culture that we're nearly blind that it's happening every day in society. One great example of white privilege is white people are given an advantage in more resources, such as a better education, employment, housing, neighborhoods, and healthcare. One other example that happened in 2015, there was a mass shooter by the name of Dylan Roof, and he killed 9 African American people in a church in Charleston, South Carolina, and they ruled him as not being right in the mind, and he was mentally ill. And if there were an African American man who committed the same crime, he would be in jail or prison, for life with not a chance of parole or sentenced to the death penalty. With me saying that, social welfare means that they're giving money to the poor and people who cannot support themselves or their families. And an example of social welfare is that when you think of social welfare and people needing assistance, you always think of African Americans. So what do? They put African Americans on their advertisements and on their commercials for like WIC and SNAP and anything that will give somebody assistance to take care of their family. So with me saying that, white people, they make up 40% of the poor population in the USA, and they also make up 69% of people who need the welfare benefits. And black people, they only make up 25% of the poor population, and 14% of African American people need benefits. So that concludes my discussion on white privilege and social welfare.